As you all know, there's reports out there that Disney CEO Bob Iger is looking for a successor as the CEO for Disney. So we're going to go talk about a latest rumor here that with a lot of speculation, even involving Kevin Feige. So welcome back to Views with Hughes for Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay. Now, as I've stated, there's a big rumor out there about the whole Disney CEO's position. So today we're going to go ahead and dive into the topic that's stirring up the Disney empire like never before. Now, this is a rumor of a major corporate shakeup that could influence the future of one of America's most iconic entertainment giants. That's Disney. We're talking about the battle for a CEO position at Disney once Bob Iger decides to retire. Okay. So going to go ahead and set the stage. Not going to take too long. Disney, once the crown jewel of American entertainment, is now in a state of flux. Basically, the company is grappling with a big leadership transition that could redefine its direction for years to come. And according to a certain Disney insider, there are some significant developments that we need to discuss. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about Josh D'Amaro, okay, the chairman of Disney Parks and Resorts. For a time, D'Amaro was considered a serious contender for the top spot, but it turns out D'Amaro's been seen to be pushed out of the running thanks to Bob Iger. Now, this might seem surprising to some, but if you've been following the whole internal politics of Disney, even with Bob Iger, it's actually not at all that shocking. You see, Bob Iger, the current CEO, is a man who doesn't tolerate any challenges to his authority lightly. And D'Amaro's removal isn't just a minor detail. It's part of a broader strategy by Bob Iger to secure his legacy and eliminate potential rivals. And Bob Iger's tactics have been well documented. And Bob Iger himself used Forbes and other media outlets as instruments of influence, shaping the public perception to Bob Iger's advantage. Remember, all this is just rumor and speculation, but so far, Bob Iger knows that to secure his legacy and ensure a smooth transition, Bob Iger will have to eliminate anyone who might pose a threat. And that's exactly what Bob Iger has been doing with D'Amaro. He wasn't the only one, but by leveraging media and corporate politics, Bob Iger has effectively cut D'Amaro out of the equation. Now, we can also shift a focus from one to another significant player in the game, and that's Disney's CFO, Hugh Johnson. Now, Johnson's name was once in the mix as a potential successor to Bob Iger, but Johnson's now out of the running as well. Why? Because as we see it in the past, Bob Iger and his management style includes using the CFO position as a strategic tool. Now, remember Christine McCarthy, the former CFO, the female who looked like Cruella de Vil? Well, Bob Iger used Christine McCarthy, who was once paid an $11 million bonus during the height of the pandemic while Disney employees were struggling. Only she was used by Bob Iger only to eliminate, Bob Chapek. So that way, later on, Chris McCarthy was eliminated herself. And once she outlived her usefulness. Now, this pattern reveals a lot about Bob Iger's approach to corporate power. Bob Iger's not just protecting the position. Bob Iger's also safeguarding himself for any potential scandals or revelations that could jeopardize Bob Iger's legacy. Now, I also believe that this is where the rumored Disney involvement in the FTX scandal comes into play. Now, the CFO role is crucial because it's so closely tied to financial health of the company. Now, if there's any issues linked to FTX or any other financial irregularities, Bob Iger can't risk having someone with intimate knowledge of these matters taking control. Now, the stakes are too high and the potential fallout are too damaging. Now, with D'Amaro and Johnson out, the focus is now shifting to external candidates, okay? And this is where things really get interesting. One of the names that's been floated is Kevin Feige, okay? Yes, the Kevin Feige of Marvel Studios, okay? Now, let me tell you, this is pure hubris, okay? Kevin Feige has been trying to leverage the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, particularly with the recent success of Deadpool and Wolverine, to position himself as a viable candidate for the CEO role. Now, I don't think that's happened, but let me tell you all, this move is rife with a lot of hubris, and Kevin Feige's tenure at Marvel was once the stuff of legend, but recent developments suggest that Kevin Feige is not the powerhouse that he once was, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe has seen its fair share of missteps with Phase 4's MCU, and Feige's leadership is being questioned more than ever. And then there's also speculation that certain Marvel actresses who have had very bad public disputes with Feige may have contributed to this decline. It's almost as if they've managed to scramble Feige's brain and create chaos within the Marvel franchise. And this is a person who thinks Kevin Feige can help Disney. I mean, it's a reach, but frankly, it's not working. And then there's also the case of, guess what? The Acolyte, okay? A new Star Wars project led by Leslie Headland. Now, according to the insider from Disney, there are discussions about removing the Acolyte from Disney Plus and effectively erasing it from memory. Now, this would be similar to what happened with Willow, a project that was pulled and swiftly forgotten. But there's also a twist. You see, this decision isn't set in stone. It hinges on from the response from the social justice warriors, the SJWs. Now, they're going to push back and make noise and try to convince everyone that the Acolyte from Leslie Headland is the future of Star Wars. But let's be honest here. This is about as far as what Star Wars fans want as you can get. But the fans who love the original trilogy, the ones who grew up with the saga and cherish its legacy, don't want this new woke version of Star Wars. You know, they're not interested in enforced diversity agenda contrived of different storylines and stuff. Okay, they want what made Star Wars great in the first place. So we can what we can do, we need to keep the pressure going. We can't let the loudest voices dictate the future of these beloved franchises. Now, if we want to see Disney and its properties return to their roots, we need to stand up, speak out, as well as make our voices heard. Okay. Now, another thing I want to point out is that Disney's at a crossroads right now. Bob Iger's impending retirement is opening up a power struggle that's exposing deeper issues within the company itself. Now, the internal candidates have been pushed aside. External names like Kevin Feige are making a bold but flawed plays and stuff, and controversial projects like the Acolyte are hanging in balance. But as fans, it's our responsibility to go ahead, keep pressure on, and demand that Disney stays true to its values. Now, we need to fight for the legacy of these great franchises and make sure that they don't get lost in the sea of corporate politics as well as misguided woke agendas. Okay. And quite frankly, like I stated before, this is all speculated rumor. I don't think that Bob Iger would even name Kevin Feige as the next CEO because of the fact that who's going to replace Kevin Feige as CEO? I mean, seriously. If there was someone to replace Kevin Feige as CEO, Bob Iger would have made that name known already. And so far, we haven't seen or heard Bob Iger say anything about having a potential, replacement. Okay, Bob Iger is still ruling. Now, it's said that he's still looking for a candidate, but at the same time, will it be inside? Will it be someone from the outside of the board? I don't know. Okay, but remember, this is all just more speculated rumor and it's yet to be confirmed, but we shall see what will happen. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button and share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.